Alright, today we're going to be doing a little review of this Feyachi FL series tactical flashlight. It's rechargeable, it's supposed to be water resistant. We're going to take a look at what you get in the box. This was sent to me to review, but we're going to just take a look at everything that's inside of it and see what we think. So this is how it comes. Now, I did open it up and take a peek in there, so it may be packed slightly differently. I don't remember exactly how it went together, but this is everything that comes in it. You've got M-lock, T-nuts, and the proper hex screw for it. You've got your M-lock side mount, your pressure switch, which this is the momentary, I'm pretty sure, and this is to cycle through your modes. It's got that already hooked up for you. Your M-lock mount for the pressure switch, that's what the extra little T-nuts are for. Even more little T-nuts. Strap for keeping the wires out of your way. USB charger. Flashlight itself, of course, which we'll take a look at here in more detail. Your instruction booklets, warranty, all that stuff. Oh, that's what was packed in there. I told you I unpacked some of it. Your pressure switch and your it says Picatinny rail, but this would be your M-lock mounts. Now let's lay all this stuff out real quick. Alright, I've got everything laid out, and I've got the little instructions that come with it. So the different mounts are depending on which model you get. So the FL32 contains the direct ring mount. The 34 has like it says versatile mounting option. It's like a 90-degree offset type deal. This one would be a Picatinny version of the rail. The one that we actually have here right now is the FL37. Contains the 45-degree M-lock. So just keep that in mind, that the flashlights are all going to be similar through these different model numbers. It just looks like it's mainly the mounting solution that's different. Of course, that shows you how to put an M-lock mount on. I'm sure you already know how to do that. It tells you not to point it directly at people. Well, if you're using this for any kind of home defense gun, yeah, you already know what's up with that. And, of course, you know, how to operate your flashlight. Now, there are high, medium, low, and strobe. And I'm sure there's instructions on how to change it with that. Now, I haven't messed with that too much yet, but just know that there are a few different ways. This actually functions differently than the back cap, so changing the actual button to the pressure switch actually changes the way it's operated a little bit. It's got a on-off toggle, momentary pressure switch, and 2 modes, versus this has high, medium, low, and strobe. I believe this can still activate the strobe. I will test that when we go to look at it outside. I haven't charged this or anything yet. This is exactly how I got it. So we're just going to go outside and take a look at how it comes straight to you from the factory. Alright, so we're outside. Keep in mind, like I said, I have not charged this. We're just using the flat back cap on it. And it's going to start with high, medium, low, and then strobe. And you'll notice the strobe goes between, hopefully the camera picks that up, but it's a super fast strobe and then like a regular one. The super fast one on camera might look like a continuous beam of light, but it's not. Now, there is no momentary on this, so I don't know if you can hear me clicking it, but I'm going to push it and hold it now. and then if you let go, it's going to just stay on. So overall, not bad brightness. Like I said, this probably isn't even charged up all the way. Also, I noticed something. If you go through the modes and end it on the strobe, if you press and hold it when you turn it off, see if I can get it to do it. And I haven't read the instructions, so it's totally on me. I was getting it to come back on in strobe mode first, which I think would be optimal if you were going to use this for like a home defense. Holding it doesn't seem to do anything. Well, figuring out the modes is not on the flashlight. That's on me, because I didn't read it. But yeah, let's go move on to the actual pressure switch. Okay, so we have the pressure switch back cap on it now, and the bigger part of the switch is the momentary. So you can hear I push it, it comes on. It always comes on 100% brightness, it seems like. So then you've got the actual switch, which scrolls through the modes, but this time you have to go off and then on. So high, off, medium, off, low, and it looked like there's strobe. If I press and hold, and then immediately turn it back on, maybe I'm not holding it for long enough. Yeah, I really do wish the strobe was the first one. And let's see, if I press the momentary while it's strobing. If I press the momentary while it's strobing, it actually just cuts the strobe and puts it on, it looks like medium power, because when I click the momentary, it gets slightly brighter, and then I let go. Interesting. So it is a basic tactical flashlight. It doesn't have like a ton of different strobe features. It's got a high, medium, low, and strobe. And the strobe is not the first mode that comes on. And don't quote me on it, but I was able to get it to, by pressing and holding it, I was able to get it to hold the strobe in memory as the first mode. And I am just not quite sure how I was able to do that. But it could also just be a fluke that I managed to get it to do that. So don't necessarily count on that feature. However, is it a terrible flashlight? No, it's actually pretty good quality. It's good, like the aircraft grade aluminum. But we'll go over our final thoughts when we go inside. I do want to do one last test though. And the last test I want to do is to turn the flashlight on. And it claims to be water resistant, so here's my super scientific bowl of water. And I know that's not very deep. And I know that's not a big deal for most people. But at least you know that you can take it out in the rain. And it's not going to completely fry on you the first time it gets wet. It's got O-rings on both entry points, which there's one up here. This unscrews to expose the USB charger, which I'll show you upstairs. And of course the back to change out the caps. So it does seem to be holding up to its waterproof promise. See if I operate the button underneath, if it does anything. Whoa, it's kind of trippy. Cool. All right, let's go back inside. I'll give you my final thought. All right, so the overall thoughts on this thing. It's pretty good. Like I said, it did live up to its waterproof abilities. This is what I was talking about. I was going to show you upstairs. See that little O-ring? That's where the USB plugs in. Now, it doesn't come off any farther than that. That's it. It's captive, so you can't accidentally lose your top, which is cool. And it doesn't screw on terribly hard. It's hard to do it with one hand, but it doesn't tighten up all that much, but as you could see, it still, you can feel, like, right, what you can, I don't know if you can hear it, but you can kind of feel the O-ring break loose. Now, if you were to unscrew this and screw this back together like a million times, the O-ring might wear out, but then you just get a new one. But everything will wear out if it's made out of rubber or plastic. So, overall, not bad. I know that this company is on Amazon. I don't know if all of these products are on Amazon, but if they are, I will post a link. So I just don't know. I know they have, sometimes they don't have their entire lineup of products on Amazon, but they do have quite a few. They're pretty decent. They're probably on par with most of the, the non-name brand tactical flashlights, which is not a bad thing. Some of them are actually pretty decent. Just remember, Primary Arms used to be a non-name brand red dot at one point, and now they make the reticle for the new ACOGs that the U.S. military uses. So, I try not to be too judgmental on smaller companies. I have reviewed and used other products of theirs before, and they are always pretty good quality. I never have any problems with their electronics or any of their mounting systems so far. I don't know that I would take them into combat or anything crazy, but you know what? I will probably mount this on one of my home defense shotguns with the pressure switch so that I can always just put it in, the brightest mode. It's always good to know what you're shooting at. And, yeah. So, pretty decent. I'll put a link to it if I can find it in the description if you want to pick it up. They are inexpensive. They're not bad. They would definitely do for something like airsoft, or if you just need a flashlight to walk your dogs or something.